Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Todd from No Picks Podcast.
What's up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, Joe, check this out. I found this clip on YouTube today, right? It's about like cell phones and them being banned in like a certain city. So I'm gonna pull up the clip and well, I'm gonna see what you have to say about it. Oh, I mean, well, when I say banned, like in a certain city, it's like in schools in a certain city, not just banned in general.
Okay. All right,
So,
let's see. Interesting.
It's an ongoing issue circulating among school districts across the country. Students and the use of cell phones inside schools. In Maryland,
I've been working with the superintendents on a variety of concerns that they've had.
The issue at the Maryland State Board of Education Tuesday that's ringing tonight across the state. Maryland school officials deciding against a potential statewide cell phone ban in schools.
This is an issue that has been managed locally here in Maryland for a long time. And our intention here is to continue to lean on that.
The board declining a ban.
Teachers are competing with these cell phones.
A move against teachers and a potentially dangerous decision,
Well, these cell phones are killing our nation's children.
says Dr. Marty McCary, a Johns Hopkins University professor with the Department of Surgery and Public Health researcher. McCary, author of the national bestseller Blind Spots, believes the use of cell phones in classrooms among students can be dangerous because of teens' dependency on their cell phones, he says, which he believes can trigger a clinical reaction.
Dopamine is the brain's natural chemical that gives pleasure or reward. Children are getting a dopamine surge every time they go to check a cell phone and get a notification that they see as favorable. This micro dosing of dopamine that smartphones are doing to teenagers is creating a mental health crisis. It creates anxiety and depression. Kids say that it makes them anxious.
The move to limit cell phones in classrooms has faced some pushback. Opponents argue cell phones can be instructional tools while allowing to communicate with their parents during an emergency. Still, for McCary, that does not ring true.
There's no data that supports why children need cell phones in the classroom.
Well, the bottom line, Maryland school officials leaving it in the hands of local districts. For example, in Baltimore County, most students are not allowed to use cell phones during school. The debate goes on. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox.
Yeah, so
This
so
was
I
easy,
guess I
bro.
gotta ask
This
you the question.
is an easy, John, bro. Nope. Ban
Right,
it. Ban
right.
it. Ban it. Ban it. Listen, ban it in the classrooms. I don't know what
Right.
conversation we had where we kind of talked something similar about kids having phones in schools. Wasn't there a school that protested because they banned the phones in schools and the
Yeah,
kids walked out
yeah.
over it and something like
Yeah,
that? Remember that?
yeah.
Bro, ban it. At first, I was gonna say kids don't need their phones at school, right? If the parents are saying, "Oh, what if it's an emergency? I gotta contact my child." Okay, if there's an emergency, teachers have phones, security officers or security personnel have phones. There's phones
Yeah.
in the main office. There's landlines in the classrooms to contact the offices. There are ways that they can call parents. They have every child's information, emergency contacts, parents. They have all the information they need. Teachers have this, the
Right.
school have this. So if you need to get in contact with your child, you can call the school and they will send your kid to the office. You can talk to your child. So I'm saying, like, this whole what if I need to get in contact with my child? You can get in contact with your child if your child goes to school. They don't need a phone for that, right? That's BS. I hate when parents use that argument. And overall, bro, no, ban it, bro. Ban it. They was already banning them in the hood, not to any success because kids were still bringing them and people was fighting
Right.
teachers over their phones. But like, that's my initial thought because we can go into
Right.
this. But my initial thought is I approve. Ban it across the board. Just ban it. Where
Yeah.
you at?
Nah, I'm with you, man. With the surgeon guy when he was saying that it's having the cell phones like right then and there, it's like a dopamine rush. He was saying, like, you look at your status or whatever, and you get a favorable or unfavorable thing, comment or thumbs up or something like that. It affects kids, right? Like right then and there, like in real time. So, or not even just kids. It affects grown ass people, bro.
Right. I was about to say we're trying to keep it to the kids, but this is the
Right.
same stuff with adults.
Like this, which is why you see people acting like they got money on Instagram and they really broke. This is why you see people on the pink sand in Barbados or in Jamaica somewhere, and they come home and they can't pay their rent because they want you to like and comment on their pictures about, you know, how they ass looking a thong on that beach. Like, so
it's the
people
validation.
don't really care.
They
It's
love
the
the likes.
validation.
They need that. It's like fuel for them. They get addicted to the validation and they keep, you know what I mean? Like, and kids are the same exact way. It's a dopamine rush, like you said.
Right.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah,
Imagine sitting in a meeting and all you hear is and you're like, oh damn, I gotta check my phone. My fantasy points just went up. You know, you don't know what is even with adults, bro. It's the same concept. So why do they think kids are gonna be exempt or gonna be like or not gonna be affected by that in the classroom, bro? Like, nah.
I don't think it's possible to do both. Right? I don't think it's possible to like be on your phone and learning these concept things. I don't think. Listen, there's a reason. We should have pulled this up for this, but I mean, we would have to probably do it another pod or whatever, and pull up the statistics. But there's a reason why our literacy rates are like plummeting. Not just Black people, but like America in general, bro.
American students, right?
Like, I think Black people are plummeting at like more severe rates, right? But still, like white kids, they're below what they used to be as well,
right?
So it's a thing, bro. Like, I don't think like you can't be distracted with like, you know, who's doing this on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever while you're trying to learn some complicated concept like algebra, or trick or geometry, or you know what I mean, or like literature and stuff like that. Like, that stuff is hard in and of itself to grasp and understand. You can't do that and, you know, be, you know, a full-time Instagram. I mean, but the problem is, though, Joe, like, all these kids want to be social media influencers anyway, so they don't really think that school stuff is important.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, especially the younger generation, right? We're talking about Gen Alpha and Gen Z, you know what I mean? Like, and not to throw shade at any specific generation, but like these are the generations that were like born into technology. You know, millennials like us, we were the ones who we know what it was like before and after, right? But once you get to like Gen Z and Alpha, they were born into this. So we're talking, you know, so all they know is the tablets and YouTube and social media. Like you basically, I can't imagine like being born to a time where like there wasn't internet, like when you don't even know what it's like to, you know what I'm trying to say, like before internet, before, like, they have no concept of what was before that. So yeah, bro. I mean, it's, you don't need it. There's a commercial playing on a radio now in Philly. I don't know if it's playing in Delaware, but maybe you've heard it. But there's a lawsuit now, and the guy's like, if you feel like your child was negatively affected by social media, if it caused them depression and social anxiety and this and that, you may be eligible for a civil lawsuit. Like, they're basically saying, like, listen, we have studies that are backing this, and the problem and the thing is, it's significantly worse for girls. Don't know why. I don't know what the science or the studies say, but
I can understand that.
it causes more self-esteem issues, anxiety, depression in girls. It's bad across the board, but in young girls, it's even worse for some reason, right? Maybe I don't want to assume why, but it's even worse for our little girls. But, and it's not so much the phone, bro, because when I was in high school, I got my first phone in high school, right? It was a brick, John. It was Nokia. All I had was Snake on it. I had Snake, and then I had to pay 10 cents for every text message, so I wasn't texting people all like that. But like, it's social media. It's the social media on the phones that's distracting our students, bro.
And let me ask you. It said in an article that the surgeon said the argument for parents gave for having these phones is because it could be an instructional tool, and you know, it gives you ability to contact your kid in an emergency. What do they mean? Okay, so the emergency part is obviously self-explanatory, right? So the it can be an instructional tool. What do they even mean by it? What does that even mean?
How, if the teacher's not using it as an instructional tool, how is it an instructional tool in a classroom? Like, it would have to be the teacher saying, okay, we're going to do this. And first of all, you gotta, if a teacher wants to use a cell phone or a kid's cell phones to plan a lesson, you're discriminating against the students who don't have a cell phone. So what are you going to do now about these kids who don't have one? Because not every kid has a cell phone, bro. It is what it is, right? So it's already discriminatory if you try to do that. But second of all, if the teacher's not doing it and the teacher's not using it or lesson planning with a phone, it does not, your child's phone means nothing to the instruction. You know what I mean? I've never been in a classroom, bro, where the teacher was like, all right, pull out your phones and now we're going to do this and this and that. That's never happened. That's never happened. Because if I, my expectation is if I have a lesson and I'm like, all right, kids, now pull out your phones and go to coolmath or something.com. I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be on the gram. I'm gonna be looking
Right.
at Snapchat. I'm just like, come
Yeah.
on, bro. You serious? I'm on my phone already, bro. I'm texting my friend back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be
Yeah.
real, bro.
You got both windows open. You got both
Let's be
windows open. You
real.
kind of like, all right, whatever. Like,
No, so I support the ban, bro. And you're right. It's making us dumber as a society.
there's no good that could come from being able to have your phone in class. Like, it's just don't do it. It's like a distraction to the teachers too, I'm sure, because they're like, bro, I'm trying to get through this lesson. You on your phone. I got to keep turning around every 5 seconds to stop Jimmy from being on his phone. Stop Jimmy from looking at Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like just don't do it, man. It's. I mean, I'm so glad like some of these issues weren't around when I was. I mean, we had cell phones back then, but like I didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that common. So I guess it wasn't an issue for the teachers. I don't know, man. Listen. Let us know
Yeah,
what y'all
no,
think,
I'm with you.
family.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think
Yeah.
about the phones. Do you think kids need them in the classroom? Like, are we tripping? Are we just like two old heads now? Like, are we too far removed from the times?
Yeah.
Like, let us know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.
Till next time.